Well, big day for you. Talk a little bit about your decision to sign with IU East.
It was close to home. That was one, and it was a lot cheaper than going to like another big college or something like that. And I thought it would be nice to get a fresh start at a new school that was just starting a brand new soccer program, especially since Coach Shane is a great coach, and he's starting his own team that he gets to pick. So I thought that was great as well. So
Can you talk about the recruiting process and what it kind of meant when he started talking to you and it becoming a part of the program?
yeah. So he invited me to kind of meet at Roscoe's, and we were just talking there at first. It was just casual talk, and then he started asking some questions, and it was I knew I didn't really know how to respond, but I just knew just to be honest about what I was answering, and how I really felt about certain decisions, oh, what position do you play, and do you really like your position? I like my position sometimes, to be honest. It will give me a heart attack, but it's best. It's one of the best positions I think I could ever play.
You had mentioned the freshness of the program. Generally, history says starting new programs, there are a lot of growing pains. Are you prepared for that just in case things don't go maybe quite as well as you hope?
Definitely, because you already expect there's going to be some problems, but it's only the beginning. I mean, because right now I still have 4 years, and hopefully through those 4 years I can will grow and expand as much as I hope it would be.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of athletes really thrive on the idea of starting a program and being part of kind of a legacy that will build, and I would imagine you kind of feel the same way, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is not the first program that I've been to that just started. I mean, I was part of HOSA and other programs that before that also required a lot of patience at first and just started. So I was it's amazing to start a new legacy, especially since you've done so many. And yeah.
Were there other schools involved that you thought about that you maybe would like to go and play, or maybe even just go off to school and not play soccer? Or was soccer always a consideration?
Soccer was always a big consideration for me. I always knew I really wanted to play it in college, and maybe even maybe if I got better, I could be in national leagues and stuff. But of course, soccer was a big thing. Another school probably was Earlham at first, but I was oh, but it's more of a private school, and it was really expensive. So I was oh, I hope I could do something better. Definitely.
From a standpoint to study, what will you study and what will your future look like? I would imagine, like you said, soccer still hopefully would be there, but what else do you want to do?
I'm hoping to be a doctor. I want to be, hopefully I can get a major in biochem or biology. I was hoping to, after my career in college and in soccer, if I didn't get successful in soccer, I was hoping to be a trauma surgeon specializing in neurology. So that was my goal.
Now you mentioned position a little bit ago. Are you still going to be goalkeeper? Do you want to experiment with something else?
Definitely. Before I played goalkeeper, I played a multiple of other positions. I used to play forward and midfield a lot, and I really do miss going back into that. And I even expressed to Coach Shane that it would be nice if I could get back into that, being a midfielder and a forward. But being a goalkeeper is always a number one thing for me. So.
Well, let me ask you that, because I would imagine that you want to come in and play right away too. I mean, bottom line is you want to come in and get those minutes. Has Shane said anything to you about an opportunity to play right away?
No. He said that he hasn't given anyone a position yet. He wants to see our potential and give us a chance to show that what our potential can be and improve on where we can go.
Right. Finally, my thing, when you mentioned Shane, and I've known Shane for a long time, and you're right, he's a very good coach, very personable, really cares about his kids. And talk a little bit about the relationship that you established with you, because he reached out to you. Talk about that and how special is that to have that kind of coach?
Well, it was just kind of weird because I emailed him first, and at first, I didn't get a response, and I was really worried, and I emailed him again. It was oh, okay, that's great. I hope to meet you soon. And we had a few problems in the beginning because conflicting times and stuff. And finally we were able to meet. And at first I was really nervous because I was this is the coach. I hope that he'll like me. So he wasn't strict as someone I thought he would be. He was actually more laid back. And he was oh, okay. So he would lay down what he thought he believed in. And he laid down a big base for me. I really wanted fairness and equality on the team, and he was okay, yeah, we can do that. We're definitely going to have that. I was okay, that's great. So that's kind of where I hit it off from there.